Good afternoon. How y'all doing today? Just wanted to come give y'all another story. So one day, me and the Narc pull up to this gas station. We coming in from out of town, and we go to the gas station to go grab some drinks or whatever we were going to the gas station to do or whatever. Anywho, when we get to the gas station, and this woman ain't wrong for whatever, you know what I'm saying, because you dress how you want to dress. You got to know how to, contain yourself. It's not her, it's him, you know what I'm saying. So we get there to the store, and this lady is walking in the store, and she has on her a bikini bathing suit. And when I say it's bikini and all at the bottom, all up in and up and down, it was in there. So when I seen her, I already looked over at my Narc because I already knew that he was finna lose it. This woman half naked walking in the store, baby. He ain't finna miss no moment. I know he finna eat her up in this car, and she don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? And the way he do it be so sick to me. Like, I'm like, man, listen, pick your lip up, put your eyes back in your socket, because you about to start drooling all over yourself over there. And you don't even see me sitting here, right? I see the same thing you see. She has a nice body. She's a nice looking girl. She's going in the store. She's minding her business. But I ain't finna sit here and stare at her until her clothes fall off or something. That's how he be staring. Like, I can see right through what she got on. Like, if the tie just untie itself and just fall off, I'll be happy. Like, that's how he be looking. Like, ooh, if her bottoms just slide down a little bit, I'll be all right with that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you be too deep in it. Like, you don't know how to compose yourself when you see stuff. And it ain't that he can't compose himself. It's that he don't care. He ain't trying to. And if he's staring at you, he wants you to know that he's looking at you. It ain't no secret. For me nor him or the person he looking at. Ain't no secret. So the lady walks on in the store or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, okay, I already know he probably finna, like, step out the car or something, act like he looking at something around the car, because I've seen him do these things before. That's just how disrespectful he is. So he's setting himself up, getting ready for the girl to come out of the store, so that way he in good view, he can see what he need to see. At least that's what I was thinking. So I'm in the store. The girl goes in front of me. I go in behind her. I go in the store, do my thing. She goes to the store, do her thing, and she go ahead, she check out, and she leaves out. So when she leaves out, I'm telling you, boy, when those spidey senses be going off, y'all don't be fighting those spidey senses. I'm telling you, they there for a reason. So here I am walking around the store doing whatever it is that I'm doing, and something said, go to the window and see what he doing. I walk over to the window. This fool got his phone up, recording this lady as she walking out the store. So me, being who I am, I open the door. I put the stuff down on the little ice cream case that was right there by the door, and I opened the door. I said, get your behind back in that car and stop recording that lady. He jumped in the car like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I done called him out. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? You gonna be disrespectful like that? Let me go ahead and be disrespectful with you. Sitting here recording this lady as she walk out the store, and she ain't gave you no permission to do so. That's nasty. That's crazy. That is weird. Creepy. He had me so hot that day or whatever, so I just brushed it off, because I know he do typical stuff like this, but I ain't never seen him record nobody. But I know he does it. You know what I'm saying? So I walk out there, and I'm telling him, like, get your behind back in that car and stop recording that lady walking by, this, that, and the third or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say it in a chill voice and in a mad voice all at the same time, not trying to cause a big scene, but enough to scare his behind and make him sit his little weird acting himself down in the car somewhere and stop embarrassing me like that, because it don't make no sense. So I go ahead, go back in the store and finish purchasing the things that I got or whatever, and then I get back in the car, and I'm like, why are you sitting here recording this lady? I wasn't recording that lady. I was just standing there. I was looking at my phone. I had to text me every excuse in the book but what it was that you was doing. And I know he was recording because I could see him holding the phone up, following the lady as she's walking. So you gonna lie to me and tell me you weren't recording nothing. So then we get to your mom's house. His brother is there. Because he's so disrespectful. They so disrespectful. It don't even matter that you sitting there. And the fact that I said something, now I done pissed him off. So now he really finna show out. You know what I'm saying? So we get to his mom's house. His brother is there. And when we pull up or whatever, his brother said hey to us or whatever. And he was like, man, bro, I almost had one for you, man. The cop blocker over here gonna stop me from recording. I said, but I thought you said you weren't recording nothing. He was like, man, this is my phone. I do what I want to do. Now you in front of your people and you want to show out. So then his brother, who got a little bit of common sense, I'm going to say, because I ain't never seen him do anything weird like his brother do on the other hand. So I'm going to just say his brother got common sense, because his brother was like, if I was I would have left you behind there. And in my mind, I'm like, why didn't I leave his behind there? Because at that moment, I wasn't vibing like that. So, you know what I'm saying? My mind ain't there to just, up and leave him like that. I'm just thinking that, if we argue back and forth, I'm okay with that or whatever, versus him because he'll up and leave. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not in that place now. I used to let that, control me that, if I say something, he might leave, this, that, and the third. He gonna leave regardless. They ain't gonna stick around for a long time. They gotta bounce. They gotta bounce from different supplies. They get bored with one thing and move on to another thing. Not calling us boring, but they're boring individuals who can't make their mind up on what they want. So they want everything. So one minute I want to be here, the next minute I want to be over there, next minute I want to be back with you, next minute I need to go back over there because it was something I left behind, and I need to go and clear that up so that way I make sure that they still in the ball game with me, with us, basically, because it ain't nothing but a big old cycle of supplies. So we all in this thing together, basically. So I got to make sure all the team players is playing the same game we playing, and everybody is still on the same page. That's how they operate. So yes, you would say, why didn't you just leave him there at the gas station? Because at that time my mind was not there, but I still ended up leaving him, just not that day. Okay, so his brother was like, if I was her, I would have left you at the gas station or whatever. And I'm sitting there and I'm feeling some type of way, because I'm like, man, that was mad disrespectful for me and for the lady who don't even know that she was recording. You know what I'm saying? Know that he was recording her and stuff like that. That is weird. That is creepy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting here and I'm just telling him, I'm like, man, listen, you got to stop doing that, man. Let somebody get hold of your phone and find something in there that ain't supposed to be in there, which I think it is. A bunch of stuff in there like that of him videotaping people when he's just out and about. So I'm telling y'all, the one I dealt with, he had a thing for big women, big booties, and big boobs, and the face ain't even gotta look like nothing much at all, because I'm telling you, a lot of them look like Baby Bop. A bunch of them look like Baby Bop. So it's about the body for him and what you can do for him, money, physical, whatever. It's all about that. So all I'm saying is that don't ignore those red flags, y'all. All of that stuff is red flags. And I should have been like, you know what? I'm out of here. But I didn't know myself then. I thought that, okay, so coming from dealing with a crackhead and then going into this relationship, I sat and took a lot of the stuff that he dished out, because it was a lot better than what I was dealing with the crackhead. So the games and things that the crackhead was playing with me, the narc was still playing those same kind of games with me, but dressed them up in a different way. So I really thought that I was getting something a little bit better. And so at that point, I'm like, you know what? I'd rather tolerate this than to tolerate the crackhead. Which is crazy, because both of them are crazy. Both of them would drive you crazy. Both of them would have you doing things that you never thought you would do before, and have you not being yourself no more. Both of them won't let you be great, point blank, period. So, yes, that's crazy to think that it would be better to be with a narc than to be with a crackhead. Baby, it ain't better to be with neither one of them. That's what I'm finding out. It ain't better to be with neither one of them. Toxic relationships, narcissistic relationships, drug addiction relationships. Some toxic relationships you can kind of grow out of, but it depends on the toxicity. But a narc, baby, it's going to take Jesus and a good therapist to actually sit them down and really make them deal with themselves. Because that's what they're running from, dealing with themselves. So, after this whole day goes by that, you know what I'm saying, I'm sitting here, he done recorded this lady on his phone or whatever, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, that was just mad disrespectful. So, mind you, this is one of them days where I'm finna leave him leave him out of town, and I'm going back home, and then I'll pick him up when it's time for him to come back or whatever. So, usually when stuff like this happens, and not every time, but most of the time, when he go out of town without me, we usually end up breaking up because he act totally different. When he away from me, he act like he ain't my man. Even though we know this is past tense that I'm talking about. I ain't talking about right now. He's still the same way right now to this day. But I'm not talking about something that's going on right now. I'm talking about something that went on before we broke up. So, he ain't finna take accountability for nothing. So, when he's away from me, I have a hard time trying to, trust the things that he's telling me, because you're saying one thing and doing another. So when you're out of town, you don't want to answer your phone. You want to call me only during the daytime, but when nighttime comes, you go ghost. You don't even exist. And got the nerve to tell me that when I'm enjoying my life, this is what he said. When I'm enjoying my life, I don't want to be calling nobody. When I'm away from you, I'm enjoying my life. When he used to say that in a text message. He wouldn't say that to my face. But in the text message, it was still kind of rough on my feathers too, but it was like, enjoying your life. Fool, ain't something with you calling me and texting me and checking in, like you want me to talk and check in with you and all this and stuff. Do the same thing back to me. I'm not asking you to do something that I'm not doing, or that you don't require of me. I'm not asking you to do nothing that you don't require of me. I'm asking you to do the same thing that you want me to do to you. But it's different when it comes to the narc. Oh, I make the rules, you just play by them. No, sir. If I got to do that, if I got to check in with you when I'm out of town, and you want to spend the night on the phone, you want to know my every move, you want to know who I'm with, who that is talking in the background, what you eating on, who that voice I hear, all this here stuff. I want the same respect when you out of town. And don't let me have to ask for it. Just go ahead and give it to me, because you already run this way with me. So you should be prepared to run everything back down to me the same way. So I caught on to what he was doing. You want to talk to me during the daytime when you out of town away from me. And then when nighttime come, you cut your phone off. You don't want to talk to me. And then any other time when you come in for the gaslight or the Hoover, you want to spend the night on the phone when you're out of town. That's because he want me to believe that he by himself and ain't no other women around and all this stuff. So now you can sleep on the phone with me. Okay, don't start something that you can't finish. That's all I ever said to him. Don't start this and then you don't want to finish it. You don't want to continue doing this throughout the relationship, because if you go out of town without me, if you gonna spend the night in the motel and you ain't at your mom and them house or somewhere with some family, we need to be on the phone, sleep together, talking or sleeping or whatever. I worked overnight at that time, so I'm up. You could call me. Go to sleep on the phone like you've been doing. Now all of a sudden, you can't go to sleep on the phone. Now you don't want to talk on the phone at nighttime. You just want to talk to him during the daytime. And I'm like, you're not for the daytime me. And then when nighttime come, you don't know who I am. No, sir. I need to know what you're doing. So, like I said, I went through that whole day just feeling like mad, disrespected, and upset that he recorded this woman or whatever coming out of the store in this bathing suit or whatever. And I had already felt like, because I'm leaving him here when I, get ready to go home, that he already got plans and all this stuff. And so I had started voicing my thoughts to him. And I'm like, listen, if you up to no good, you know what I'm saying? Because I know you done brought me on a blank trip before. You know what I'm saying? You'll tell me, oh, I need to go there to do this house or fix this car or do this here and do that there. You ain't a skip and a hop away from these people to be going on no free ride or just coming there and doing stuff, and then we jump back on the road and go back to where we came from and stuff like that. But dang, I lost my train of thought. Oh, so I was telling him, I'm like, you know what I'm saying, if you up to no good, tell me now. So that way I don't get home and then you start acting funny and this, that, and the third. But I don't know, he a narc at this time. So I'm trying to level with him. Like, just be honest, man. Listen, stop playing these games with me. We've been playing these games for too long now, and I know how you move. When you start moving like this, that means you got plans. So if you got plans, go ahead and tell me now. That way you ain't got to sneak and do nothing. I will go ahead and back up and go on by my merry way and let you have it. But that's not what they wanted. And I've always said that to him because I didn't know he was a narc at the time. I always tell anybody that I'm dating, baby, if you don't want me, tell me. You ain't got to sit here and play games with me. Because I will move on. I will leave you alone. If you don't want to be with me, if I'm not making you happy the way that you need to be made happy, baby, tell me. So that way I'm not walking around here with my head in the cloud thinking I got somebody and I really don't. Whole time, you like, I want out this relationship. If you want that, I give that to you. I do. I promise you, I don't hold nobody hostage under their own will. Like, I don't do it. So, like, if you want to be let go and tell me. And that's only because I can't see what I'm doing wrong. So if you see something that I don't see, go on and tell me so I can go and get up out your way. Now, if I know I'm doing wrong, then I go ahead and slide myself. Be like, you know what, bro, this ain't working. I can't seem to be faithful to you. So, like, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and exit stage left because this ain't working for you. It ain't you, it's me. You know what I'm saying? I hit you with one of them or something. Like, give me something. That's all I ever ask from anybody. It's like, if you don't want to be with me no more, tell your girl something. You ain't got to sit here and play these games, baby. But just know that when you don't want me no more and I move on, just know the moving on is real strong, baby. Just make sure you can handle it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm dead serious. Like, give me that. Give me that opportunity. Because I can't see myself that I'm doing anything wrong to you, that I'm not making you happy. I'm not doing the things that you like for your woman to do. If I can't see them things and you see it, say it to me. If you want me to work on these things and we still trying to be together, I will look into it and see how I can make things better. But if you just don't want to be with me no more, say that. I promise you I'll go on and slide out the way. But that's what a narc don't want. A narc don't want you to slide out the way. They need you there so that way when something goes bad with the other one, he got you to bounce back to, or she got you to bounce back to. That's what our importance is to a narc. Is to always be available for when they're ready to come back to you. When and whenever. However. And I did that for the narc so many times. And I'm learning today it's called an on and off relationship. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I just was trying to tell him, like, just tell me something. So that way I don't go back home expecting anything from you that you ain't trying to give me. Because I just take this opportunity now that you know I'm about to leave and go home. And I'm gonna leave you here. You got half of your stuff. You still got stuff back at home. But if you know you done with the relationship, say something. I'm going to slide. I'm going to be hurt for a little minute. And I'm going to get back up, brush myself off. And I'm going to move on. That's it. When I tell him stuff like that, he don't like that. He don't like when I say that. You going to move on. I'm going to move on. I'm telling you the truth. I'm going to be hurt for a minute. But baby, that hurt only gonna last for so long. And then once I'm done being hurt, baby, I'm gonna heal and I'm gonna move on. So it's nothing. You done this to me so many times. Just go on to tell me and save yourself the drama. Like, I ain't trying to get hot and heated about nothing. When you gone, you gone. I ain't gonna have no requirements of you if you telling me that you done. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you get whatever it is you trying to get, buddy. All I'm doing is telling you to help me help you. That's all I'm trying to say. Just tell me so I can help you. So I'm having this conversation with him after he done, recorded the woman or whatever, and I'm just sitting here trying to make sense of it and trying to level with this man. Like, bruh, I see how you be moving. You don't seem like you really want to be here. Just if you about to play games, if you finna start this, oh, I'm only gonna talk to you during the daytime, and when nighttime come, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna turn my phone off. This, that, and third. I don't want that from you. I don't deserve that from you. When I go away, I'm on vacation. I need a break away from you, sir. You don't need no break from me. You ain't even been here that long to talk about a break. Why do you need a break now? Everything was going good. You need a break now. But it was never about none of that stuff, is what I'm learning. It was never about none of that stuff. When he was coming and leaving, he was going to, because he got to keep all of his supply in check. So I got to come spend a little time with you. Baby, don't rush me like that. Don't rush me, because I got to go spend time with all of them. That ain't what he's saying, but that's what he mean. You know what I'm saying? I get it now. That's what he mean. Listen, I don't need you sweating my shoulder, man, because I told you I got to go over here with my other ones. Prayer warriors. Them prayer warriors, yeah. I had to go over here to my prayer warriors and check on them and see how they doing. So I need you to stop tripping every time I say I got to go out of town and just trust me. Trust what? Trust what? Sir, give me something to trust. That's why you tell him. Give me something to trust. Because what you showed me, I can't trust you. That's why we having this conversation right now. That's why I'm asking you right now that, I'm saying, yes, these were my foolish ways. But I had to go through it. You got to go through it your way, and I had to go through it my way. But I'm on the outside of the fence now. So I learned the lesson. But I'm just telling y'all what to keep looking for. And how you don't have to remain in that place. You don't. Because listen, if you walk away, it's going to hurt a little bit. It is. It might even hurt in a major way, you might feel like. But after you've gone through that little process and then you move on to healing, it get a little bit easier the more you keep going. But you got to stay at it. You do. It's going to hurt though. And that's what we got to not be afraid of. It's the hurt part. Because baby, the hurt part is what make you stronger. You sitting there, you boo-hoo crying. Man, I'm talking about I was in the ugly cry sometimes. Listen, I couldn't even watch romantic movies without doing the ugly cry, because whatever they was going through in the movie, I was feeling it too. But that's just how I roll, because that's how I watch movies. I get all into it, baby. I am the actors. I'm the characters in the movie, and I feel what they're going through, and I'm in that situation at that present time. So I be crying when the people on TV be crying and stuff like that, and then make me mad because then they move on to another scene, and now they all happy, and I'm still over here crying. But I'm emotional like that when I watch movies. I ain't like that in real life, though. But when it comes to a movie and it's touching sort of kind of the same situation I'm in the movie or whatever, oh, baby, it's the ugly cry for me. It's the ugly cry. I'm like, why you had to do it like that? You know what I'm saying? It's the ugly cry for me, for real. But like I was saying, though, is I was trying to get him this pep talk before I left, you know what I'm saying? And just trying to level with the man. That's all I was trying to do. Just give me some clarity, you know what I'm saying? Which I shouldn't even waited for him to give me an answer, because if I felt like he was going to do something when I left, which I know he did, I should have just called it quits right then and there. But I wasn't in that place at that time. This is a past story. I wasn't in that place at that time. I still wanted to work with him, because at this time, I'm still thinking that this man just got some problems that he need to work out. And if he just go and sit and talk with somebody, he'll be A-okay. He'll be a great man, you know what I'm saying? Because he got the potential. They all have the potential. They do. They all have the potential. But potential ain't good enough. You got to actually do it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I fell in love with. I fell in love with the potential. He gave me some potential in the beginning, baby, but he ain't stick to it. It can't. Now, they can stick to it as long as you stay stupid, basically. Stay blind, cover your eyes, close your ears, because you don't hear nothing and you don't see nothing. That's how a narc wants you to act. They want you to play stupid, play blind, and play deaf. I can't play them games with him. I could never. I tried to play those guys. I tried to be dumb. I tried to be quiet. I tried to be blind. I tried to be deaf. It wouldn't work for me. God would allow me to go there, y'all. I'm telling you. So even though I stayed in the relationship for so long, I learned so much that when it finally came to the end, I started pinpointing different things or whatever. And like I said, I had sayings for different things that I was going through. Didn't know that there was a whole world of narcs out here, that it was actually a thing, until somebody told me about it on here or whatever. And so I come to find out that the things that I made up names for in my head actually had real names in real life. And I'm just like, wow. Like, I used to call the supply, I used to say his recycled women. So recycled women was the supply, new and old. And I'm like, wow, man, this is crazy. Living in a world full of narcs. And it's just crazy. So even though I was trying to have this talk with him or whatever, did I get anywhere? No, I didn't. What I got was he shut down on me. He got quiet for the rest of the night, didn't talk to me no more or whatever. And so that night I felt like, like I started getting in tune with myself and what I was feeling towards the end of the relationship. A lot of the things I was getting signs and, feelings and, intuition was going all over the place and everything. But I was ignoring them then because I was so caught up on his potential that the things that he was actually showing me, I'm like, nah, he ain't really doing that. That was just like a blooper. We'll put it like that. That's what I was thinking in my head. Now that was just a blooper. Like, he ain't really that. He ain't really that stupid. But yes, he is. He really is. He is. So that night I felt like something came over me and was like, this gonna be the last time you see him. I didn't know how it was gonna happen, but this gonna be the last time you see him. He not coming back for a while. You know what I'm saying? So like, I was supposed to drop him off and then come back and get him the next week or whatever. Something was telling me, girl, nah, you ain't gonna be picking him up next week because this ain't gonna work. But I kept on, I was like, well, if it is the last time I see him for a while, it is what it is. I gave it my best or whatever, and I was okay with it. So went on to sleep, got up the next morning. Now, mind you, I told you, after I tried to level with him or whatever, he shut down. He wouldn't say nothing else to me or whatever. So at this point, I'm talking to a dead wall because, the wall is already dead. It's never been alive, but I'm talking to the wall. And so at this point, I'm just like, you know what? I think I've said everything I needed to say, and I'm going to go ahead and shut up and go to bed. So go to bed. We get up the next morning. He jumps up like ain't nothing happened. So I'm sitting here confused because I'm like, normally he wake up with the same attitude in the morning time or whatever. Like, he ain't got over it. So this morning when he wakes up, he got a whole different attitude going. He talking to me. He speak. He say good morning. He want to feed me, all kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, maybe I thought wrong. So see, that's how your intuition goes up, and then they do something different and throw you off, and you're like, okay, maybe I was wrong. That's what I was thinking. So, but keep in mind, I'm about to leave him there anyway for a week, so it really ain't nothing. So now at this point, he's just like, well, let me go ahead and get this day started, so that way she can go ahead and get on the road and she can leave, and I ain't gotta have no arguments with her, no nothing. I can just, once she leave, I ain't gotta call her no more, and I just fall off or whatever. But I already felt that. And so that was what the whole argument was about in the first place, because I already knew you was going to come here to do some junk you ain't got no business doing, and I'm not feeling, it's not settling in with me. And so therefore my attitude is up high. His attitude is trying to stay mellow because he don't want his day ruined, this, that, and the third. So then we get to the gas station and he starts to record this woman. That's when everything gets opened up. That's when everything gets opened up, and you know what I'm saying, it goes from there, from just, I take it to a 10, because at this point I already feel like you about to do something when I leave you here anyway, and now you sitting here recording this lady, and you showing me you really don't have any respect for me, and I'm supposed to trust you when I leave you here. No, it's a wrap. So all of that just played a big old part in the whole thing or whatever. And so, like I said, we get up, he's speaking to me, he acting different like ain't nothing happened. And so we go ahead and he starts his job or whatever. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm gonna go and try to find us something to eat or whatever. So while he get done, you know what I'm saying, because I'm sitting there to make sure he gets to his job and back from the job. So I took him to the job before I get ready to get on the road to go home. So I took him there so he can get it done, and then I was going to drop him off at his mom's house or whatever. And so he finished the job, and I was driving around. I found me some breakfast, but he don't eat certain stuff. So I was trying to find a place to get him something to eat. And it was too early in the morning, so I couldn't really find anything. So I just found me something to eat, went and ate it, and then I went back to wherever he was. And by that time, he had to finish working or whatever. And so now it's time for him to pack up and take him to his mom's house or whatever. So we on the way to his mom's house. He get in the car. He done pressure wash. He ain't said nothing to me the whole time. I ain't said nothing to him. So he gets in the car. Now, he said, he did say to me that morning when he got up, because I did tell y'all he was talking to me and all this stuff. He said he needed to go to pressure wash, he needed to go to the bank, he needed to go to his mama's house or whatever. So I don't know in what order you want to go to those places. All I know is you need to go to these places. So we get in the car. Well, he gets in the car, put his stuff in after he pressure washed or whatever. And so we proceed to drive on. And so at this point, I don't know where he want to go next. So I asked him, I'm like, okay, so where you want to go next? He gets all loud and stuff like, this is what I'm talking about. You don't never pay attention. I told you I had to go to the bank. I had to pressure wash. I had to go to my mom's house. This, that, and the third, da, da, da. I'm like, hold up. Because you don't want to wake the beast back up from last night. I say, lower your tone, sir, please. I say, yeah, you told me you need to go all these places. I say, but I don't know where you want to go next. So tell me where you want to go next. So he's sitting here talking with his chest to me and all this stuff, talking crazy. And I'm just like, hold on. You ain't finna talk to me like this, because I already feel like you up to no good anyway. And so you trying to start an argument out of nowhere, because we was fine last night. Now we left it alone. I left you alone. I shut up about it. Don't bring it back up. Leave it alone. So now you try to get me riled all up again. So by this time we done got to another city, because now I'm just like, you know what, I ain't finna take you. No, I'm finna take you straight to your mama's house, and you can figure out the rest of your day on your own. I'm finna get on the road. I'm finna go home, because I ain't finna play with you right now. So we driving, and he still, you know, I'm telling him about himself right now, because I'm just like, listen, you ain't finna play with me today. If you need a reason to do what you gonna do, it ain't gonna be to start no argument with me, because I already feel like you got something planned. So go on, just do what you gonna do, and stop trying to throw it on me, so that way it make it easier for you to do what you gonna do. No. I'm gonna be nice, because I want you to feel guilty when you doing what you doing. You know what I'm saying? You'll say, well, why you even want him to come back? And you know he gonna do dirty, because at that time I was not healed. At that time, I still wanted to be with this man. I still had faith in him. I still had faith in us. You know what I'm saying? But not now. I'm out of that. I'm just telling y'all a past story, just so the people in the comments don't get it twisted. I'm not dealing with this right now. I'm telling y'all about this. This was a little while ago, back in January, back on up or whatever, but this is not happening right now. This is a past story, and at that time, I didn't know I was dealing with a narcissist, and I was not ready to give up on him. Okay? So we get to the park in our neighborhood, because we were in a whole nother city where he was working at. So we done made it all the way to our hometown or whatever. And so we end up in front of the park. I posted a video about putting him out my car at the park on the side of the road or whatever. This is how we led up to that story. It was another time I put him outside of the car too, but it be so much going on with these stories that I had to give y'all pieces of the story or whatever. But this is another piece of why I put him out on the side of the road in front of the park, okay? So here I am. I'm trying to let it go. I'm trying to keep my mouth closed or whatever. And then he's just like, started talking to me all kind of crazy and stuff. And then he's going to tell me, take me to my cousin's house. Oh, no. No, what we finna do? And at this time, I'm pulling the car over on the side of the road. And at this point, we in front of the park. The community park. I done pulled off on the side of the road, baby, and I done put the car in park, baby. Where we finna go? Nowhere. We ain't finna go nowhere. What you finna do is get your stuff and get out my car. That's what you finna do. Because I don't know who you talking to. I just don't. I don't know who you talking to right now. But it ain't